球は俺が守ってみせる。
Alright, so we have LR Future Gohan in JP data download right here. So we do have basically his full abilities already, of course, translated from the global Dokkan Twitter. But this guy looks to be very good. It seems like to a lot of us, he very well could be even the best LR in the game. So we'll definitely go ahead and break him down as we go through the event, and we'll talk about exactly what this Future Gohan is able to do. Now, first and foremost, he's a Future Saga leader of 200% to stats, just one category 200%. So here he is together with the mine and everything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and turn off the animations. We'll just let him do his thing right here. So right now we only have Dismal Future and Fierce Battle activated. Very easily seems like he's able to get 24 ki in this turn. So, Future Gohan for the first 5 turns in start of battle actually gets 40% damage reduction and 5 ki. He also has a baseline damage reduction of 20%, and when you hit 18 ki or more, he does get an additional 20% damage reduction. Now, oh dude, that special beam cannon, like what if, it looks very, very good. Now this guy does build up stats with each attack he does. He gets Ki 1 up to 5, and then 20% attack and defense up to 100% with each attack. Now, bear in mind, he does have the potential to do a lot of attacks as we're seeing right here. So, of course, like I said, when you're at 18 ki, he does an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super. When you're at 20 ki, he launches a guaranteed additional super attack. And then, of course, you have your first super attack that you do just in general, and the Hidden Potential System super attack, which, every character is able to do. So this unit, as you see right here, could potentially do up to 4 attacks within the turn, which is obviously just a very, very good thing to see. So yeah, overall, this guy looks pretty solid. Let's see what his stats are going to be next turn, especially because of the fact that we're going to have him built up really, really well. Okay, it is good that we finished this guy off right here. So on this turn, we're actually going to get a good amount of support altogether. So that's going to be nice. I think this unit supports Future Saga no matter what enemy you're against, right? Let me double check here. Yeah, they do support, he does support Future Saga 2 ki and 30% attack. So right here, we're gonna have a supported turn. This guy is, okay, 200k defense start of turn, 60% before he attacks. Now this time we're in a more favorable position. We have 50% attack and defense support from this unit, and then the 30% attack support from him. Now, the biggest issue is the fact that this guy doesn't have any defense links, so it kind of sucks for this guy, right? No All in the Family Cold Judgment does suck. And, if he had, like, All in the Family Cold Judgment, those defensive links could have really helped him out here. But, let's see what this guy's doing. He could potentially look very, very good here, but we'll just have to see how that goes, I guess, right? Obviously, tanking-wise, I don't really expect him to have too many issues. So he's at a 7 million attack stat right here without getting any build up whatsoever. He will lose the 50% support from the Future Gohan starting for the next turn, though, which does suck. I mean, I guess you could say, why I could have just not brought a Trunks, but Vegeta and Trunks is actually a really good linking partner for this unit overall. They do share a good amount of links, and, considering there's not, like, too many units you could pull for the Future Saga leader skill portion, but this unit does share 5 links with them, so that's really good for him. Alright, now we have this situation here. So Mai does support this unit by 50% stats. So let's see, what kind of stats is this guy rocking right here? I'll be very interested to see. We have everything but Golden Warrior and Experienced Fighters. Let's just grab this with Vegeta and Trunks, not really worried about them. So he's at 353k defense start of turn. He still needs to get one more attack to build up. Now keep in mind, on his super attack effect, his 18 ki does get 50% defense for the turn, and then his 12 ki he gets 30% defense for the turn. So I mean, if we're doing like if it says we do 3 super attacks during the turn, this guy is getting basically 90% of this defense we see here added on top of that. So he's pretty much close to 700k defense with 80% damage reduction, which is obviously just absurdly good, right? Just a very, very, very good ability for any unit to have in general, right? Damage reduction, just 80% reduction, he's just not taking damage. Even with the 60% reduction start of turn, considering he has nearly 400k defense, that's already pretty good too. Well, more like 3.5k. So he's got 12 million attacks I hear. Okay, cool. That's pretty nice overall. Good job, Future Gohan. Then we have the high chance additional, which, you know, we see right there. Then there's the guaranteed additional super attack right there. So what? He got 80% of his defense here, right? Actually, no, the number that I said was a little lower. If he gets like a triple super, that's actually more than 100% of his defense. So he's well over 700k actually, funny enough. Look at the damage he did here. Yeah, do you guys see this? This is very good. This is a very, very good damage we're seeing overall. Considering the fact that he's basically invincible, right? That first turn, he does need a belt up, but he's able to cook right there for sure. So this time, we're getting a less supported version of this guy who's less built up as well. He's still at 335k. We're getting 70% defense support from this Goasu and Samasu here. Again, we're no longer getting the 50% support from this future Gohan, but we are getting, again, most of our links active, everything but Saiyan, Warrior Race, and then Legendary Power is activated on this turn. So he's still going to be looking quite good. And again, we're not really going to see how strong his defensive, you know, abilities could be in this weaker red zone, but it's a much simpler situation to show this guy in. So right here is at 8.8 million. I think he only got, what, 2 attacks last turn? So he was only able to build up just a little bit. So his stats are still raising, you know, more and more higher. Next turn, we actually are able to get the domain ability, though, and the domain ability is gonna let this guy, you know, cook even harder in terms of his stats. Just gonna be so much more powerful. Look at this guy. This is insane. Look at these numbers he's doing, dude. Like an 8 million 12 key, and he's doing like 3 of those, and then okay. He's able to cook really well, and then this guy right here, obviously with the full master and student bond rotation, is also able to cook really, really good too. But yeah, now we can start talking about this guy's domain ability, which we'll be able to see right here. I think the animation will still play, right? Yeah, so we see from the 5th turn, this guy's domain ability does activate right here. Now, one thing I want to figure out, can he link with himself, even with the domain ability up? Because Infinite Zamasu can with his other units, but it's a different name. He cannot. Okay, good to know, good to know. But obviously, as you see right here, we have an active skill. So once your domain ability is up, you can use this active skill. It does, I believe it's a greatly raised attack for the turn, or either greatly or actually I could check here, it's silly me. So he does, let's see, what is this here? Where's the active skill at? I can't find the active skill buff. No, where's the active skill buff? Am I crazy, or do I just not see it? It's a massively raised attack, temporarily causes ultimate damage. Okay. But this does also give him 20% defense and 5 ki for the rest of battle, which is obviously very good. Let's go ahead and play this active skill. Let's see what kind of damage we're going to do to Nova Shenron. Now, one last thing. If the 18 ki damage reduction doesn't activate before at the start of turn, when you use the active skill, it should activate because you're technically already activating the 18 ki. Don't quote me on that yet. We're not 100% sure, but that's how it should work. But let's go ahead and play this active skill. Looks very, very good. Now, when the domain is up, obviously you see right there, he crit. When he uses the active skill, where is at 24 ki, he does a guaranteed crit. And he also does orb change into key spheres to STR key spheres. And that's pretty much it there. But yeah, you could use the active skill as long as the domain is up. So what happens is this domain is City Future Rainy. What happens is, I believe we should still be able to use the other Future Gohan's active skill because obviously we are under that threshold. I didn't check his defense here. Oh well, that's fine. So this is a 13 mil guaranteed crit. Then he has an additional that has a high chance to become the super, which we'll see right here, which does end up being a super. So it's 8.6, and then he can do another 2 of those, which are also guaranteed crits. Obviously very good. Very, very good performance we're seeing here. And there's the guarantee one with 9.3 mil. Oh, can we see the... not the hidden potential system one. That does suck. Okay. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. So, right here, we're going to get 50% support from this future Gohan. This might actually kill. It really might just straight up kill. This time we'll just go ahead and skip this animation since we already saw it. But dude, this might kill instantly. So he's at 400k start of turn already. And again, his reduction for 40% on the intro lasts for 5 turns. So he still has this on the 5th turn here for himself. So let's play this here. And let's see. Does that just kill? I don't know if it kills. No, it does not kill. Okay, cool. So we'll still see the super attack. So again, this guy has most of his links active. So yeah, his defense up to 470k. So even with just the 40% damage reduction, this guy will still be able to be good against super attacks. He just has to be in slot 2, right? Because again, he's gonna get still a pure 50% buff, right? I might as well just put him in slot 1. We'll just take Mai out of there. I did bring the sensor beam for this reason. So we'll do that. So I mean, yeah, he also orb changes, so he just lives at 24 key right here. Just very easy 24 key for him at all times, right? So what do you say hit now? Still 13.2 mil. You know, I guess it makes sense. It's the same attack stat. We're getting more support here, but we don't have legendary power. So there's no KO screen on that one right there, but yeah, dude, future Gohan looks really, really good just on an initial showcase here. I'm very excited to try him out more. His banner does drop in about 21 hours from the time this video goes up, but let me know what you guys think about the LR future Gohan. I mean, just keep in mind the domain ability lets him do not only him, but all your allies do 30% extra damage against extreme class allies. I mean, this guy very easily seems like he could be like on par with like the best unit in the game, Bulma, right? But at the bare minimum, I think he's top 3. I like what I'm seeing. But thanks y'all for watching, and I'll catch you next time.